There was a cool song I heard recently and that I've been listening to quite a bit actually, and it's called Panopticon by thoughtcrimes, which is I would describe heavy metal band. I don't know their exact genre, but they're super heavy and super interesting. Now, you may have heard the idea of the Panopticon, which is a prison or structure in which people are imprisoned and in which only the guards can look in, while the prisoner is unable to look out due to the way the Panopticon is structured. So basically, the idea that is articulated through this understanding of this kind of structure by the philosopher Foucault, for instance, is this idea that you are being watched, but you don't know when you are being watched. And so I definitely think that's a very dark but interesting theme to think about in our modern society, and really interesting to think about in general. The song I find to be very interesting because it is unexpected in a lot of ways. So it starts off really heavy and reminds me a little bit of the Dillinger Escape Plan in terms of the chaos, although I think this song is maybe a little bit more discordant, chaotic, and loud. But I love that opening because I think that it is super discordant and yet super cathartic and sounds really beautiful, even though it is very heavy and hard. And the song is interesting because the first part of the song, as I said, with that heavy part, reminds me of Dillinger Escape Plan as an example, although it probably is not the most approximate analogy, but it's just something I think of as I'm listening to the song. And the singer is definitely heavy, and the feedback distortion, you could call it, is super heavy, and you're not even sure what's being said, but it's so heavy and hard, and that's what I love about it. But then towards the middle of the song, you get this part with the kind of falsetto singing of the main singer, who is literally reminiscent in my mind of the falsetto of Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. And so using a falsetto after having such a heavy scream is a really interesting way to go. And the song's getting more peaceful, and yet it's kind of jarring because it's not what you would have expected. And I find that to be very interesting and remarkable, the way that they're able to capture that. And then the song ends with getting quieter and quieter until you almost have this like interlude or passage that reminds me a little bit of Nine Inch Nails on their more subtle and softer side. And so what's really interesting overall about this song is the way in which it is jumping from one style and one sound to another, to where I would describe the song as having about three parts, even though it's a shorter song, with very different parts that are jarring, I think, but in a very interesting and beautiful way that is kind of unexpected. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this song is because not only do I find it interesting, I wanted to share it and suggest it. This is an episode in my rock and metal series, which I haven't updated in a little while now, but I thought I would review this track as just something to encourage people to try and to check out, because I discovered this song just from the internet. But once I started listening to the song, I realized that I appreciated it because I thought it was very unique. And the song is very deep in the way in which it captures this theme of the panopticon, of being surveilled, while also tapping into different styles of music and different ways of putting together a composition. And it's amazing how these elements all come together. And so I definitely recommend the song if you like heavier music, and I hope that you'll check it out. Again, the song is called Panopticon by thoughtcrimes, and I encourage you to check it out. I'm Phoenix. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.